maybe you shouldn't patent your business idea yet. Let me set the scene for you. I lost over $30,000 from a patent. Imagine what I could have bought with a cool 30 G's. Put a down payment on a crib, took the fam out to the south of France and just been on a yacht cooling for a weekend. But no, nor would I even drop the cash on that anyway, to be honest with you, like assets over liabilities all day. That's another topic. What I did get though was a tremendous lesson in startup entrepreneurship that I'm gonna share with you in this video. And the best part is you get it for free, $99, and not a 5-figure hole burning through your bank account. Anyway, let me level set things. Here's 2014, and I'm a newbie to the game. My idea is to craft a new software for the hospitality industry, and I'm thinking I've got to have some kind of IP around this. But getting a patent isn't always a no-brainer thing. It's sometimes made out to be. And listen, I get where that comes from. Having to feel the need that some type of protection around you is going to allow for you to be able to run seamlessly through your business. See, fear can be a hell of an emotion as an entrepreneur. Fear of failure, fear of competition, fear of someone completely ripping off your idea and swindling your ass for millions. That fear is why getting patents is such a popular thing thrown around when entering the market. It gives you a right to property of whatever innovation you may have and protects you from copycats swiping it from under you. That's a significant benefit, but the juice might not be worth the squeeze for every entrepreneur, depending on where they're starting with and the resources they have available to them. So who is it for and who is it not for? Please keep in mind, I'm not an attorney, and this is by no means legal advice. I'm a guy simply sharing my experience. This is a very rough generalization, but you can group founders into, let's say, 2 buckets. Those with funding and those without, and or bootstrapping. And I define funding as being able to take a calculated risk of $50,000 without it jeopardizing the health of the company or investor relations. And with that said, here's the decision tree based on what group you're in. You got money? Path is pretty clear. Your investment into a patent can be beneficial and ultimately lead to a major point of leverage for your organization. You can afford it, which cancels out the biggest drawback to getting a patent, which is often resources. Did I mention I blew $30,000 filing a patent? On the flip side, if funding is limited, that doesn't mean you shouldn't automatically say, no, a patent isn't worth it. Your concept may fall into a realm where IP is crucial for securing outside investment or simply planting a flag in the sand within your current industry. But if money's tight, you should really consider all potential outcomes before diving into the patent process. Don't just think about the obvious costs either, that application fees, lawyer fees. Spoiler alert, lawyers love to rack up that bill on you. There's another cost though often not discussed, and that's opportunity. You see, those funds could be utilized as a growth lever for your business to generate working capital, to then go back and patent and or buy any prior art that exists to add to your IP portfolio. The thing you need to ask yourself is, what's the best use of your resources now? Invest in such, you have the capital, or actually investing in revenue generation for your business? This is just me, but if I'm a founder with so-so financing, I would put my time and energy into revenue generation and proof of concept first over prioritizing a patent. That's going to give you flexibility in more ways than one. First of all, if you're actually generating profit and you have money coming in the door, you potentially have financial resources to do the patent process properly. You could splurge on a top-tier lawyer with a track record of success, rather than just going with the cheapest option or trying to do it yourself because you're worried of burning through your cash. 2, you might just find your concept has too many similarities to prior art in the space, and in order to get a patent, you actually have to limit the scope of your claims, and it's to a point where it's so specific that you no longer have broad coverage with regards to what you're looking to accomplish. Not the end of the world, because there's some things that you can leverage there with potentially buying prior art that exists, negotiations with those that own that prior art, things that, can be considered with regards to leverage opportunities there. However, this is a possibility that should absolutely be considered throughout the patent process as you go along. 3, one of the big pieces that is often not discussed as well is the fact that your IP is only as good as the money that you have to protect your IP. And what I mean by that is, depending on how unique and innovative your concept is, there may be those who come in and say, you know what, I'm going to rip it off anyway. And when they rip it off, you then have to, of course, go into a lawsuit with them, which, of course, often takes years, depending on the intricacies of the particular situation. But alongside of that, there are those who may come in, depending on how deep their pockets are, and they say, hey, I think I can win the pocket battle. Because the pocket battle is essentially, all right, who has the resources available to be able to afford lawyers to be able to fight this particular case and fight this particular situation. So don't think as well, hey, I have this shiny, intellectual property here. I'm protected. I'm good to go. That has not stopped a number of people and a number of organizations out there from just saying, I like this. I'm going to take that. At this point, whether it's fair or not, it could simply become a game of who has the biggest. So here's my big takeaway on timing of should I or should I not patent my idea at this point in time. Make sure your cash is right. Make sure your cash is right. Cash flow is the king piece in this game. Cash to do the patent process properly. Cash to possibly buy or fend off competitors after the same IP as you. And cash to then maximize on that IP so that you have the highest amount of leverage to be able to take and have as an asset for your entity. As always, much love. I hope you gleaned something from this. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you didn't like, tell me what you do like, tell me what you want to hear more of, tell me what you want to hear less of. You like the trees in the back? I like the trees in the back. Peace.